Another one.
How to become a QA engineer. Kind of sounds similar to the previous one, but it's a little different. And I actually like this question, right? I'm a college student currently in my third year of information technology, and I wish to become a software tester. What are the skill sets required to become an entry level QA engineer? So similar but different. So the thing I like about this is actually and not getting that one on us. So this is actually someone who is they're kind of determined, I would say, right? Because they're in college right now, and they haven't even graduated yet, but they're already thinking about the roads that they're going to go into when they graduate, right? Whether that's becoming a whether they're going whether they want to go to cybersecurity, to DevOps, to maybe database management, to maybe a cloud engineer, a software engineer, a web developer, or a software tester. All of that is good. The important thing is thinking about it early, right? And I'll say, like, as much as I think this is great, me personally, I would like that we as adults start to have the teenagers that we are close to or in contact to start thinking about this at an early age, right? Start molding them and setting their vision so that they don't have to make the same mistakes that we made when we were like, we went with what we were passionate about. And then when we lose that passion, right? When we lose that passion, now what? And now we want to transition into something else. And it's so much harder for us now than it would have been if we did it while we were in college, right? Typically, back in the days, entry level jobs were meant for college graduates. However, a lot of college graduates, they went into the majors of their passion, and then so they didn't have the opportunity for those entry level jobs that would have really would have changed their lives, right? But we can't go back in time, right? So we move on. But that's why I think this is important that as a third year college student, you're asking this question of what you need to do, what are the skill sets required, all of that good stuff, right? And here's the good thing: being that you are in college in IT, you already have you have a good foundation of how technology works and stuff like that. However, I'll tell you this: college does not teach you how to do QA whatsoever. So, and I've spoken to people who like they just graduated college and they're like, well, I need to go take a QA course because college didn't teach me anything about QA. College is similar to getting a certification where they will give you all the theoretical knowledge, but but not much practical application, right? So you end up in the same situation like if it's like taking a Udemy course, a boot camp, all that type of stuff, right? But you're young, so you can figure that out. And I'll tell you, so the skill sets you want to have, right? Make sure you develop your critical thinking skills. Put your stuff at another. All right, so I need to consult with Stephanie. Should I be giving this information out on it to the public, right? Because this is another gold nugget right here, right? So the way that you will develop the skill sets that you need to do anything really in life, right? But to develop your critical thinking skills, you need to put yourself in tough situations that make you have to figure a way out, right? You have to put yourself in tough situations, and then you have to find a way out of it. And through that, through the pressure of that, you're going to be using your critical thinking skills, right? Because that is the number one, to me, that's the number one thing you need for QA, for software testing, is how to navigate, how to have critical thinking skills. Because you'll it's easy for us to go down the straight path, I'm going to use a David Goggins quote here, the path of least resistance, right? However, in software testing, there's so many different variations of things that can go wrong that you need to be able to think through those situations and like try to figure out all the things that can go wrong, right? And try to point that out to the developers so they can make adjustments and everything like that, right? But guess what? Things will still go wrong. And I'll get more into that in the question for the show that I'm asking the audience, right? But things will still go wrong just because you think you have all these plans in place and situations to handle. Now, what happens when things go wrong? You need to be able to work yourself out of those situations, work with the team, think critically through it, and you'll grow from there. So that is that's the number one skill. But then, of course, you need like the technical skills of, learning automation, learning a coding language, whether you're doing Python or Java. I would. Okay, so another one, right? So I would also especially if you're getting into, if you're in college right now, right, and you're getting into and you want to go into software testing, take a web development course. That is so important because that web development course, let's say you're learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right? Let's throw in React in there as well. Maybe some database type stuff, right? That is going to be so valuable to you when you're testing. Your testing skills is going to skyrocket because you will be able to understand the code that you're reading, and when things go wrong, you'll be able to troubleshoot better. You just be more confident in what you're reporting, all that good stuff, right? So to get started, and then from there you'll learn a lot more. But to get started, I would say if you're well versed in web development, HTML, JavaScript, CSS, that makes you so much more marketable as a QA engineer. So that I'm gonna leave you with that. I can't give any more. All right. That won't work. I can't give you any more now. All right. So that is that question.
If you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos. Enigmatic Joker.